Today we're going to be talking about rows. Rows are a phenomenal exercise. They're one of my favorite. However, oftentimes I see some things that are done incorrectly when we're doing rows. So regardless of if you're using a barbell for some bent over rows, you're using a dumbbell, kettlebell, cable column, the most common thing that I see that is done incorrectly is where we're actually moving from. So if you're performing a row and you look in the mirror and you have a definitive hinge point, you're doing it incorrectly. So we have a lot of large muscles that support our shoulder blades. And if you're rowing and just hinging right here, you're going to be using the small muscles that support your shoulder, including your rotator cuff. So the first thing to do is go ahead and look in a mirror. And when you reach, allow your shoulder blade to come forward. And then as you pull back through that shoulder blade, and don't pull your elbow excessively back. That's just going to set your shoulder up in some different positions, which don't really set you up for success in the long term, especially as you start to pull heavier weight. So as you're moving, the shoulder blades will come forward. Then as you come back, they're going to pinch backwards. And then when your shoulder blades stop moving, let your elbow stop moving shortly thereafter. Kind of avoid coming into this position. Personally, I really like dumbbell or kettlebell rows because they allow your arm to come cross body, which really allows that shoulder blade to get pulled forward. And if your goal is to add mass to your mid back, primarily through your traps or your rhomboids, you want them to get into that stretched position. That being said, bent over barbell rows are also phenomenal exercise. So regardless of the tool that you use to implement your rows with, we're going to focus on pinching those shoulder blades back and then coming forward. Another benefit of using dumbbells or kettlebells is now you can freely move through the wrist. So as that shoulder blade comes forward, your palm will start to point downward. And then as you pull that shoulder blade back, you'll rotate that palm upward. So if we're thinking of using a dumbbell for this motion, go ahead, hinge at the hips, allow that to come down. So allow that weight to come across midline, and then you'll pull up and then relax back down. So from the side, again, we don't have this definitive hinge point where we're overusing this shoulder joint. You're pulling up and relaxing down. This is also true for kettlebell rows. So as we do this motion, you're coming down, let that come across body, pull up, and then back down. Again, avoiding that hinge point through the shoulder. Also, as you pull up, avoid excessively arching your back so it's not a back exercise. Stay strong through your core, maintain that neutral. You're up and down. And then same thing when we're doing barbell rows. And you can grab these either palm towards, palm away. Both have different benefits. Personally, I really like palms away. We'll grab them there, up, row, squeeze those shoulder blades, relax down.